Hey, welcome to our live video on doing yoga in the lounge room. I'm Nicole Shaw and I'm going to guide us through beginners friendly yoga this morning or this afternoon. Feel free to subscribe, that way you never miss a class. I've promised myself to post you all a video every day that can be for all levels of yoga, not just for beginners, but depending on what you need. I hope that you find this class a little something that you need to open your practice for your day. I'm going to do a 45-minute class with a 15-minute long, deep stretch and meditation at the end. Okay, so let's get started. I'm just going to adjust my camera a little. Let me go a little bit of height. Okay. We'll start on our hands and knees. We'll start on the hands and knees and knees underneath the hips, and then lightly just round your back as you pull your chin to your stomach. Then drop your belly down and lift your tail up. Bring your chest forward, slight bend in the elbows. This movement is cat pose, rounding your back as you exhale, and then inhaling as you lower your belly and bring your chest forward. You round the back, feel the length through the back of your spine. And then on your inhale, you bring your chest forward and feel the weight coming into your fingertips. And then round again, exhaling. You can do this in your own time. You don't have to wait for me to cue your breath. Just know that the movement is your time to connect to body movement and also to feel the connection to your breath. But from here, you can take one leg long behind you, stretch it out and feel the length through the right leg. And then you can also challenge yourself a little bit by putting the left hand up in front of you. Both the arm and the leg can lift a little higher, finding the strength to balance here. Or maybe put one foot on the foot on the floor while keeping one arm lifting. Or keep a hand on the floor and lift the leg. So we're here for a good, decent few breaths, taking nice, long, deep inhales, deep, long exhales. Just feeling the heat come into our body, breathing in and breathing out. Good. Put the hands back down, knees on the ground, and round your back again as we exhale. Inhale, lower your belly down, and bring your chest forward. Left leg nice and long, and right hand out in front if you like. Feel the opposite leg, opposite arm. Lean forward a little, stretch through your fingers, and lift through your back leg. Breathing in, breathing out, finding that connection to breath. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And you may want to take a break, put one foot down while lifting through the arm, or put one hand down and lift through the leg, breathing in. You're not trying to force anything too high here. Just maybe your foot's hovering off the floor is enough for you to really engage. Maybe the hand is out in front, just learning to balance here. And then both knees on the ground. Round your back a little, tuck your toes under, and stick your hips towards your heels. You can feel a nice stretch through the shoulders, and then lifting the knees up a little bit, you can push your tail towards the ceiling and let the head hang. So there is down dog in this practice today, and at any time you can come to your knees and elbows, taking pressure off the wrists and the shoulders. Your down dog can be the half down dog with your tail in the air and the chest gently pushing through. And then from here, if you're up with your tail in the air, you may want to start to walk your knees back and forth just to move your knees in a forward back position, opening up hamstrings, really stretching through your shoulders. You can draw your chin in with the knees a little bit bent, stretching the shoulders more. Good, and now if you're on your elbows and knees, you're going to make your way slowly to a standing position, walking up towards the top of your mats And when you get to the top, a nice bend in the knees with your feet hip width apart. Drop your head down and feel a good stretch through your back and your shoulders. So feel that nice movement as you rock a little from side to side, breathing in and out. Good. And you can stay perfectly still if you like. A bend in the knees. You can put hands on the legs as you feel the pressure. Maybe hands on the thighs. This is your forward bend today. You can also pull a chair into this and use chair support at any time, breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes we get dizzy in a forward fold. Just lift up a little bit, coming into it halfway. Good. And then find yourself in the forward fold once again, wherever you're at, breathing in, breathing out. Let's slowly round up one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way up to standing. Feel the mountain pose and relax your shoulders down and back. You can take the arms up, reaching back a little bit here. Feel the hips pressing slightly forward. Nice pressure in your feet. Feel your toes lifting through your chest. You can bend your elbow points and then bending to your right a little, stretching through your shoulders. And you're feeling the stretch through the rib cage on the left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep inhale and deep long exhale. Good, come back to center. Let your arms rest down gently. Take a break from your shoulders here. Roll the shoulders back. And then we reach up again, lengthening up. Squeeze your buttocks, move the hips forward, stretch the arms back a little. Push down through your heels and feel the buttocks lightly squeeze. And then come back to center. Bend your elbows and then bend to the left. And your hips can move to the right a little, stretching through your ribs. Really feel that lovely stretch all the way down to your feet. Hips can slide to the right and take nice, long, deep inhales and deep, long exhales. Come back to center and bring your hands down by your side and lightly interlace the fingers behind your back. You can also grab your forearms, learning to drop the shoulders down and back. And then find that openness through your collarbones. Feel the collarbones opening up as you take a nice deep breath in and a nice long deep breath out. When I exhale, draw your belly button in and feel your thighs gently contract. When you inhale, let the rib cage open to the sides. Let your chest lift and open through the heart. And then as you exhale, draw your belly button in again and squeeze your legs and buttocks. Feel your feet pressing into the floor. Breathe in again. Open up your chest. And again, you can be interlacing your fingers. You can be holding your elbows, wherever it feels good for your stretch. Let's release the hands and take the arms back up again to the top. We'll do a forward fold out in front. Your hands can come to your shins, knees can bend, and the back stays as flat as it possibly can. There's a tendency to want to round your back. Slide your hands higher up on your thighs. Put some pressure against the legs as you lean your weight forward. Feel each of your toes gently holding onto the floor. Separate your heels a little further apart, widening the heels with the knees bent. You feel an outward force coming into the sides of the hips, down through your legs, to your ankles and to your toes. Belly button pulling in, draw your chin inwards a little, and then pull the rib cage towards one another in the front. As you hold the ribs in, you gently squeeze off the pelvic floor a little, or not the pelvic floor, but squeeze the urinary tract a little here. Feel that lock engaging in between your thighs. And as you breathe in, let your chest push forward. Let the arms extend more if you like. And as you breathe out, squeeze your belly button. You can see my tummy pulling in as I squeeze my buttocks a little. As you advance, slide the hands down the shins, maybe starting to straighten the legs as you lean forward into the toes. Your chin slightly tucked. Again, the breathing. You're breathing in, opening up the rib cage. As you breathe out, squeeze your belly button. Squeeze the urinary tract a little. Feel the toes plugging into the floor as your body weight extends forward slightly. Hands pressing against the legs, feeling the length in your back. Maybe your hands get to the floor, but there's a tendency to round your back and collapse the belly. Try and think about belly strong the whole time. Belly button pulling in, back flat. Shoulders would pull away from the ears, creating nice space from the bottom of your jaw to the top of the shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Lots of details, but wonderful for beginners and for our advanced practitioners who want to just take a little bit of time connecting to the subtleties of the forward fold. Breathing in and breathing out. I'm going to bend my knees a lot now, really stick my hips back and down and put my belly and my chest towards my thighs. Let your head hang completely here, wrapping both arms around the back of the legs. Hold them tight. Maybe you're holding at your calf muscles. And again, maybe this is your forward fold today. You're learning to stretch this back out and you're holding the back of your legs. In time, you might get all the way down, tuck your chin, and let your arms wrap again. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're here, we're upside down, getting a lot of blood flow to the head. Deep breath in, deep breath out, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Good, release the hands. We'll take a gentle lift again, halfway lift. Feel the belly pulling in, tuck your chin, feel the back of the neck nice and long and nicely engaging. Good, hands to the ground, a nice bend in the knees, right foot comes back and feel the runner's lunge. You can always have blocks. You're right beside me, underneath your hands, your back leg long and strong. Let your hips lift a little, come high on your back tippy toes. Let this front leg straighten a little bit. It doesn't have to be all the way straight. Just feel the length in that front leg and the back leg. You're putting weight in your fingertips as you round your back a little. Tuck your chin and look towards the back leg behind you. Breathe in and breathe out. When you're breathing out, squeeze your belly button. Squeeze your buttocks. When you breathe in, let's lower the hips, push the heel back behind you, and bring your chest and head forward to the front. When you breathe out, lift your hips, squeeze your belly, and round your back. You can always do this on your knee. When you breathe in, let your hips drop, head lift. When you breathe out, rock your hip back a little, squeeze your belly, squeeze your, tuck your chin. Good. From here, find your length, 2 more breaths. Breathing in, let the hips drop, eyes lifting. Breathing out, let your hips lift, pull your belly in, round your back, tuck your tail. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel that rounding through your back. You'll put both hands on the floor and slide the left leg back. Take a moment. You can be on your knees. You can be on your in your down dog. Pressing your hips back, you can rest your elbows on the floor. If you're in the half down dog, take nice deep breaths here. Deep inhale and deep long exhales. Lift your head and look forward. Those of you on your knees and elbows, you will take your weight forward, hands underneath your shoulders. You'll stay on your knees and do a slow chaturanga to the floor. Plank, slow chaturanga. You can put your knees to the ground, then your chest, and then your belly and your thighs. Take a nice deep breath in, lift your chest here, relax your shoulders, and breathe in for cobra. Deep inhale and deep long exhale. Those of you who want to do an upward dog, put some hand pressure into the floor. Let your chest rise a little bit more. Let your leg muscles contract. Push your feet down into the floor and then slowly extending through the arms. Lift through your chest as you press into the tops of the feet. Let the legs get really long behind you. Knees can touch the ground again, and you can go back to a down dog or a half down dog, whichever you prefer. Once you're in down dog or half down dog, let the chin tuck, let the head hang. Both legs can be actively stretching and straightening, pressing the heels towards the floor, maybe one heel at a time. If you're on your knees, you can stretch one leg out behind you and the other leg out behind you, getting some movement through the hip joints. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's all look forward. It's a slow walk to the top of your mat. And when you come, bend to your knees again. Really sit low. Pull the belly button in. Stretch your arms forward to the front. Sit down and lift through the strength of your legs as you rise up through your chest and your arms pull back. Feel that nice stretch in your hips. Arms will float down at the side. Take a pause for a moment in the middle and then lift the arms up again. Inhale as you rise up. Stretch your arms back. Let's do a forward fold. Exhale. Come forward again, halfway. Maybe you're on your thighs here with your hands flattening the back. Squeeze your belly. Maybe you're on your shin bones, legs a little straighter, arms long. Maybe you're on the floor, bringing the weight forward into the toes, a tuck in the chin, and feel the tail lifting as you squeeze your belly more. Feel the length through your back. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Good. Bend your knees and squat low. Wrap your arms around the backs of the legs. Pull your head towards your shins and let your head hang here. There's a beautiful connection between your torso, my chest pressing against the thighs. The heels are separating wider. Spread your toes out more. Your hips pressing down and back. Maybe grab elbow points again, or wrists, or forearms behind you. Then it's up to you. You can start to slowly straighten the legs, but keep the chest and the knees together. Keep your weight forward, and again, if you're getting dizzy and it's a lot here being upside down, come up halfway and lift out of it for a moment and breathe. Get a couple of breaths. Those of you who are continuing to move forward, gently hold your elbow points and then press your face between your shin bones or your legs. Try and pull the body towards each other more. Feel the length as you start to straighten the knees more. Weight is in the toes. As you lean forward in the toes, feel the contraction in the tops of your thighs. Then we bend the knees, let the hands come to the ground. Lift up halfway once again. Feel the length in your back. And then exhale, fold. Pull your head towards your legs and slide the left leg back. And we're on the other side. So again, this left leg goes back. You're in the ball of the foot, hands under shoulder line. Lift your hips and tuck your chin as you exhale. Squeeze your belly button in. As you inhale, maybe knee to ground, lift your chest and look forward. And then going back again, exhale, sliding this front leg to a straighter position, lifting high up on your back toes, rounding your upper back, tucking your chin towards your chest. Inhale again. Exhale and round. Squeeze your belly. Inhale again. And exhale and round. Find that length. Again, you can always have the knee to the ground. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you go back. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. Let's do two more. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. Inhale as you lift. And exhale as you round. And again, hands to ground now. Right leg will slide. You can be high on your toes. Take your time. Spread your fingers out wide. I want you to explore your shoulder movement. A slight bend in the elbows as you gently tuck your chin and pull your head towards your knees. You can bend both knees a little. And then as you're pushing your chest towards your thighs, slowly extend from your fingertips. Feel each of your fingers gently gripping your mat. Take the pressure out of the wrists a little as you extend through the shoulder line. These legs can slowly straighten. You can be on your tippy toes and then press the heels towards the floor. Pull the belly button in as your chest starts to open. Lift your eye gaze and bring your shoulders forward into plank. You can be on your knees and you can be on your toes. So take a moment and breathe. Again, chaturangas are all options here. I've got friends that have shoulder tightness and tension. During these times of tension in your shoulder, sit on your elbow points. Don't overstretch the shoulder. Just sit here and breathe. Take long, slow, deep breaths. And those who are doing the option to do chaturangas, you feel the strength through the shoulder line. A gentle bend in the elbow, bringing the chest to the floor, stomach and legs to the ground, and then scoop your head up for Cobra first. Stay with Cobra. Those with shoulder issues, you stay in the Cobra, and then enjoy the opening of your chest as you rise up, using your back strength, no weight with the hands, and then find the strength through your legs. And lower back down. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale again. Let your chest rise up. Maybe you're lifting higher, finding that opening through your back. Feel the strength through your legs as you push into your feet. Push into your hands now. Gently go back with your hips. Happy to stay on your knees. Stretch back a little. Bend your elbows. Rest your head forward. Happy to go back with your hips to down dog. Get a nice big stretch. And then we make a slow walk to the top of our mats. If you're on your knees, gently make your way up. When you get to the top of your mats, feet still about hip width apart, bend the knees and squat down. Let your arms reach forward and stretch up, reach up. Press your hips forward a little, elbows points going wide to the sides of the room. Big open chest. Pause with your hands right at your sternum and feel the mountain pose here. Breathing in, breathing out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, let's take the arms up again, reaching back, forward fold again. Bend your knees, lean forward. Maybe you hold your legs at the back. Maybe you let your arms hang in the front. Your choice. There's no right way, no wrong way. Just hang forward. Breathe in. Maybe you have your hands on a chair in front of you and you're hanging forward and you can really feel that nice long stretch in your back. So gently here, finding that stretch. Let yourself rock from side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Put the hands on the floor or on a chair or support and step your right foot back behind you. Hold the foot here for a moment. Heel is still lifted for now. Squeeze your belly, push into your hands and drop the right heel down at a 45-degree angle. This is a pretty big stretch for your right ankle. Take your time. Maybe you go forward and back a couple of times, lifting the heel, lowering the heel, lifting and lowering. Start to get that connection. Front knee nice and bent. Right now, my heels are in a very similar line. Come up really slowly. Push up off the thigh to get up. Feel the pressure against your leg as you push down into the thigh. Draw your belly button in and start to lift your chest up. You can heel toe this front foot to the left, 1 inch or 2. Just widening the distance, bending the front knee and straightening the front leg, feeling the extension as you bend and straighten. Fun here, take a moment, lift your right hand towards the ceiling, feeling the openness through this right rib cage. Reach up with your right arm, lift the shoulder even. It's like someone is trying to pull you towards the ceiling. It's stretching you tall. You want to feel it stretch your right hip. And then from here, take your right elbow out to the side, bend it, and drop your shoulder down. Right hand comes right beside the ear, maybe touching fingertips right at the base of the skull. Let your right elbow pull back. This might not be possible for some of you with tight shoulders. So if the elbow is forward, that's okay as well. See where we're at, relax the shoulders, push into your back foot, bend your front knee and lean back with your chest. The back of my shoulders, instead of being forward with my chest, I'm pulling my torso back while keeping the back leg strong and straight. This front knee is bending as I lean back more. You're going to feel incredible stretch in your right hip. Stay here for a moment and breathe. Gently tilt your nose towards the ceiling and press your fingertips to the side of your ear or the back of your head. As you push your fingertips into the head, Pull the elbow point to the side of the room. Eyes looking up, there's a big stretch from your collarbone all the way across the shoulder to the elbow. Keep your back foot connected and breathe here for a moment. This front leg might start to shake. You can straighten it a little bit as you start to build strength and stamina. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Keep your belly button in close, meaning pull the belly button towards your spine. Keep breathing here. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Now we look forward, straighten out the front leg a little. Reach up with the right arm once again. Take your right shoulder and right lat line, the latissimus muscle all through here. Keep extending it forward to the front. You might want to lift the back heel to feel that length from your fingertips all the way through from the shoulder to your shoulder, to the hip and to the ankle of the right leg. Bend this front knee more if you need to as you lean forward and reach. There's a tendency to be really soft in your arms. See if you can get really long and strong. Lift up and reach. Breathe in. This left elbow, left hand, you can rest here as you learn to extend. Tuck your tailbone a little and pull your belly button in more, learning to reach. Squeeze your right buttock as you lengthen. Lift the right arm a little bit more. Come up, push up off the thigh, and keep reaching back with that right arm now. Let the arm continue the movement back. Feel that crescent lunge. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Right hand to the ground now. Put it right where the foot was. Lift your back heel and put the knee to the floor. You will take that left knee back, both hands to the ground. Slide your hips back gently and let your head drop forward towards the floor. Taking a moment to breathe in, breathe out. It's a long holding pose. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. Feel your body here. Maybe rock your hips slightly from side to side. You're going to push into the floor, round your back like a cat. Hands separate underneath the shoulder line. Tuck your toes. You can lift your knees up off the floor while rounding the back. Right leg can get long behind you with this left knee on the ground or off the ground. You can take your right leg up and hold here. Knee on the ground or leg off the ground. Finding the strength to hold both. Breathe in and breathe out. Bend the knees. Round your back like a cat. You can have the knees on the ground while rounding the back or lifting the knees if you want a little bit more challenge. Breathe in and breathe out. Left leg will go long behind you. Stretch it back, lift it up. Again, knee on the ground if you want as you're lifting, or hover the knee off the ground as you're lifting. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and then from here, both knees nice and bent. Imagine you're squeezing a ball. Place the knees on the ground, round your back again. Feel the stretch. And then toes flatten down. Breathing in, breathing out. You can come forward with your hands if you want to build a little bit more shoulder strength. Coming into your plank, and then a very slow movement to the floor. Take your time as you come down, and then let your belly and chest touch the floor. Squeeze your legs, squeeze your buttocks, press into your feet, and gently lift the ribs or lift your chest and your head lightly off the ground. My ribs are still hugging the floor, and the legs are long, and the feet are connected to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another deep breath here. Inhale as you lift your chest more. Exhale as you flatten and feel the vacuum force against your belly. And then we push back and we go back with the hips. You're either on your knees, sitting back, and pulling your elbows in if your shoulders are a little sensitive, or tuck your toes and go back with your hips. Feel that nice stretch through your shoulders. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're all going to lift our eyes and make a slow walk to the top of the mats, taking your time as you get to the top. Good bend in your knees. Hold yourself together again and pull your head towards your legs. Once your head is pulling in, gently start to straighten the legs. Feel that good stretch. Release the hands down. Slowly round out the way you went in. Lift your arms, lift your chest. Stretching back a little bit here, breathing in and breathing out. Arms will float down for a moment, taking a pause before we do the other side. Inhale as you come up, reach up with your arms, stretching back, find that connection, and then forward fold again. Bend your knees, and we're in the flat back position again. Starting high, squeeze your belly, squeeze your buttocks, separate your heels a little, feet hip width apart. Maybe you're on your shin bones with the back flat, shoulders pulling away from your ears towards your hips, squeeze your belly. Maybe you're starting to get the fingers towards the floor. Squeeze your belly, keeping the back nice and flat. Tuck your chin, and maybe legs are lengthening. Weight coming into your toes a little bit. And then let your head hang. I like to bend the knees a lot. Let the belly rest against the thighs. Let the chest rest to the knees and let the head hang. Nice tuck with your chin. Feel the back of the neck long. We're going to put the weight in the right foot and then slide that left foot back behind you. Put your toes down, bend your heel down. Foot is at a 45-degree angle. We'll take our time here setting up. So again, as your foot presses down, feel the connection. Maybe the heel lifts and the heel lowers. Heel lifts and lowers. Getting used to your ankle point opening up and rolling into the ball of the foot to the little toe. These are big stretches. Here now, pull your belly button in, push off your right thigh, put your hand on the thigh for support. Slowly start to lift up. Your front knee is bending, feeling that bend, and just moving it forward and back a couple of times. Also, right foot can heel toe to the right a little. Make sure your knee is in line with your second toe. And then lifting through your chest, take the left hand, reach it up to the ceiling, feel the length, feel that big stretch. And then take your body weight forward here, out in front, and you're trying to make a line from your fingertips of that left hand as you reach through the shoulder line, feeling that nice connection through the shoulder to the left rib cage. Then I want you to pull your belly button in and feel the connection to the inside of your left hip, running down to the inside of the quadricep, to the knee, and to your ankle point behind you. Lift your arm up a little bit more if it's here. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull the belly button in and come back up, lifting through your chest. This time, bend the left elbow. Put the fingers beside the left ear and pull the elbow towards the wall behind you a little. When your head tilts back, there's a little resistance with your fingers pressing into the back of the head. Let your chin lift a little bit, nose to the ceiling. And then bend the front knee more, maybe right hand resting on the thigh or pushing onto the thigh to keep the chest open and lifted. Your back leg active and strong. Squeeze your left buttock more to feel a deep stretch in your groin and the front of your left hip. Take a moment and breathe in and breathe out. You can put gentle pressure with your head and your fingertips. Big open heart here. And then stretch up with your arm all the way up and maybe stretch the arm back. Feel that beautiful crescent lunge. Lengthening and lifting. Deep inhale, bend the front knee a little bit more now. Deep long exhale. And then place that left hand on the ground. Feel that connection to the earth. And then lift the back heel, placing the knee to the ground, feeling that good stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. Both hands to the floor now. Slide your hip back. Bring the knees back behind you. Feel the balance over your hips. You can stretch back through your shoulders or rest on your elbows. Let the head hang and take nice, long, deep breath. Breathing in, breathing out. You can also be in down dog. Taking your time in these ones, feeling that deep, long breath. There's nowhere to be right now. So when you notice yourself in a pose where you're like, I've got to be in this next movement, nowhere to be, just observing where I'm at right now. How about your wrists? How about your fingers? How about your chin? Is it tucking a little bit? And your belly. Maybe you're on your knees, you've decided that's it, I'm going to come to my knees and elbows. Breathe in and breathe out. Then we bring our eye gaze forward. You can go into your plank position here if you want. You can stay in child's pose if you want. So shoulders come forward, hips come forward. Feel the strength of your buttocks and your legs. You can always extend the legs, feeling that connection between the top of your shoulders to your heels, pushing back behind you. Imagine you're holding a ball between your ankle points here. And then lightly come down. I'm going to put knees to ground, then the chest, and then the belly. Inhale, come to cobra. Those of you who want to do your upward facing dog, find the extension. First lift the chest, then feel the extension through the legs as it pours into the feet. You'll feel the feet. Maybe you'll slide forward even more as you engage your buttocks and open through the backs of the arms and shoulders. Press your hips back. You can stay on the knees, separating knees if you like, and let the head hang. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All of this wonderful connection to you, your body, and the breath. Slow rise on the hips. Let your tail lift in the air, and we'll do that slow walk or a jump or a float if you're flying. And then land at the top of your mats. And a good bend in the knees, and let your body hang forward here. Or wrap yourself up real tight from behind. Let your head tuck in and give your stomach a nice little squeeze as you pull your belly button in. Pull the head to shin bones. And then release the hands and we round up together. Ooh. Nice big lift. Reach up with your arms. Let your hands touch over your head and pause for a moment. And feel the grounding through your feet. 10 toes pressing into the floor. Big toe, second toe. Third toe, fourth toe, and the fifth toe. That little toe pressing down. Then gently feel the connection between toes as you slide to the heels a little. Inner thighs squeezing, belly button pulling in, shoulders relaxing down, fingers touching. Maybe the fingers are touching, maybe the heels and the palms are apart. Maybe everything's touching. Breathe in and breathe out. Let the arms float down and bring the hands beside you for a moment. Breathing in and breathing out. Hands to the heart center, bend both knees, squat down halfway. We'll take the right foot back behind you. Place it at a 45-degree angle. Inhale both hands up overhead, stretching fingertips towards the ceiling. Pull the belly button in, find your balancing posture here. So we've taken us into the strength before as we lift the back foot, maybe coming back down again. When we're in the warrior one, there's a tendency to have everything in that back leg. As you pull forward with your torso and shoulders, tuck your chin a little. Keep moving forward. There's a lot of flexion in this front ankle that's needed to require your balance. So you can come up first straight and then tilt at the hip. You can come up with the bent knee. That puts more pressure in your ankle point to lean into this. It's a more advanced entry point. So you may need to go straight and balance here, or if you're ready for the ankle point pressure, lean forward, keep that front knee bent, lean into that front foot as you lift up, and then straighten the front leg as you come into it. Arms can separate wide for balance, maybe fingers on the floor as your leg starts to lift. Stepping back down, inhale, arms up again, reaching to the top. Try it again, reach up, however you're entering, find that control as you're entering, reaching. See if you can reach forward halfway, going slowly as you enter. Maybe arms want to go wide like the wings of a bird. I'm flexing my toes towards the floor and pointing and flexing my back foot. And I'm looking at the floor about 2 feet in front of my left foot. Left hand can come towards the floor if you want, or keep it hovering in the air. And take the right hand up towards the ceiling. Turn these right toes to the right side of the room and then lift at your ankle point. And breathe here. You can bend the front knee and place the back foot to the ground again and come back up. Reaching up on the inhale. Let's do the other side. Hands to the ground. Slide your left leg back. You can be on your knees. You can be on your toes. Right leg will lift. And then bring your right foot between your hands and turn the left toes to a 45-degree angle. Come up nice and easy. Hands up overhead. Finding the strength. Maybe bend and straighten this front leg. Heel toe the right foot to the right a little. Get some space between heels. Inhaling and exhaling. You can bring the palms together. Lengthen up. Lift the back heel. And then straighten the standing leg. Reach up out of the waist and stretch here. Step back down if you like. Keeping the front knee bent, lean forward, taking all the strength into the ankle point. As you lean forward, lift the back leg, then straighten the right leg out. Arms can go wide. And come back down. Take a moment. Find your strength again. Squeeze your belly. Open through your chest. You can drop your elbows down if the shoulders are getting tired. Reach up. One more. Lift. Maybe tilt. Arms can go wide like the wings of a bird. Point and flex the left toes behind you. Challenging our balance. If you fall out, no problem, right? Hop right back in. And then the right hand can come down. The left hand can go up. Then you're going to turn these left toes to the left side of the room and lift your left ankle point higher to the ceiling. Plug into your right big toe to do this. Good, and then we come back down. Bend the front knee, put the toes to the ground, and come up with both arms. Reach up, extend, and put the hands to the floor. Move back into your child's pose. Rest your head towards the ground. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Nice inhales. Option here is to do another chaturanga if you like, on your knees or on your toes. Find your extension here, bending at the elbows, knees to the ground, chest to the ground, belly to the ground. Move up into cobra. Inhale as you rise. Let your belly soften to the ground. Let your legs extend and feet kiss the ground. Pressure in the hands as you lift through the chest. Maybe going back with your hips to a down dog, finding that opening through your chest and shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then we round up again, slowly lifting. This was the 45-minute part of the class. You're welcome to take yourself now into a position on your back with your knees into your chest. And maybe this is where you head out of the room today and go into your day, into your afternoon. And so you may just want to relax here for a second with the knees bent, hands on the belly. Let all that blood flow come through your body. You can straighten the legs out, heels to the corners of the mat, and your palms facing upward. And take a moment just to give yourself some nice gratitude for your body. Deep breath in, deep breath out. The next 15 minutes is some deep stretching. So give yourself a second and breathe here. Maybe you stay here and just listen to my voice as I take the rest of the group through the final stretch and relaxation. Maybe this is it. Say thank you to yourself. Thank your body. Thank all the parts of yourself that showed up today. All the emotional parts. Say thank you to that. And most importantly, thank you for watching this practice and being part of this community that is slowly growing and thriving together. So now we carry on into the deep stretching. We're going to bend up our knees gently and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Now to roll up, you can slowly draw yourself up gently, pulling your knees to your chest. You can roll to one side if that's more comfortable for you and push up gently. To 4 points again into cat pose. We're going to stretch out into the pigeon pose to get started. Slide your right knee forward to your right wrist and hold it there. And then turn your left toes under, and just for a visual you can see what's going to happen to this right foot. The right foot is underneath my right hamstring, and I'm going to move the foot in so that it's more, the heel is now in line with my left thigh as I place my left thigh down towards the ground. As a beginner, it's going to be hard to get there because the knee and the hip can be quite tight. So start up high with your hips and rest on your elbows first. Let your head hang. And then from here, you do baby steps. You slide this back knee back a little further. It's going to put more pressure on your knee and your hip as you bring your torso closer towards the spine. So again, you might be here, just getting used to this hip opening, or you're here with the knee back and you're pushing into the floor, you're pushing into your front shin bone, kind of engaging your abdominal wall so you're not just hanging out in the joint completely. As we evolve and the leg starts to lengthen behind us, this right heel is going to pull forward maybe just a little bit more. Just be careful of your knee. Don't overstrain this one. And then left hip will roll forward, so the left hip flexor is resting gently against your right heel. Put your elbows to the ground and let the head hang. And then once you're here, make sure these back toes behind you, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, are touching the floor. The left kneecap is straight on the floor towards the ground. It's not turned out to your left or to your right. And then from here, walk your elbow points forward a couple more inches, separating elbows a little wider for balance. And then drop your head between the arms. You can start to straighten out your right arm and push your right palm into the floor. And then straighten out your left hand, both hands extending, elbows maybe lifting off the ground as you push into 10 fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out. Your chin still nice and tucked, forehead is on the ground or hanging towards the floor. Feel the extension through the arms. Then relax and bend your elbow points and see if they want to come towards the floor, relaxing your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, notice your breathing. When you breathe out, when you're exhaling, squeeze your belly button and gently squeeze the buttocks. When you breathe in, relax your belly and relax your buttocks. We can do Ashwini Mudra in this pose. It's the horse tail pose. So as you exhale, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom. As you inhale, relax your buttocks and relax your belly. This is very good for the urogenital organs, the excretory organs, toning and strengthening the muscles all around the pelvic floor and our excretory organs. Very good for incontinence, very good for toning the prostate and also toning the pelvic floor. So as you exhale again, squeeze your belly, squeeze your bottom, feel the urinary tract lightly lift. And you may even feel the sphincter gently squeezing. And then as you relax your belly, soften those muscles. As beginners, you'll feel more of a gross, meaning a greater contraction happening, like sphincter muscles, urinary tract, everything squeezing, including the buttocks, and including a nice lift in the pelvic floor. And that's okay, just getting used to using all those muscles. Squeeze on the exhale, soften on the inhale, just like doing a bicep curl. Put your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your chest, feel that big stretch in the left hip. It's a big hold for pigeon pose. Some of you might want to start to go a little deeper with this one. Slide your fingertips back as you start to lift the chest more. And then you're in your back bend. I'm going to slide the back knee in a little, pushing off my front leg, getting some height off the ground, and then leaning back, stretching the left hip even more. Chest can open, the elbow points can bend, and the thumbs can pull to the wall behind you. Balancing with your back foot, so my toes wiggling. Push into the toes as you lean back with your shoulders. Open that left hip more. Hands to ground. Push into the floor, round your back as you slide this knee back. Lay on your stomach for a moment and soften here in crocodile. Right hand on top of left hand. Relax your buttocks. Feel the deep tension coming out of the hips. And take a nice, long, deep inhale and a deep, long exhale. Soften your shoulders, soften your tongue in your mouth, soften the chest. And just feel the toes and the ankles of the right foot. Feel the toes, ankle, knee of the left leg. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and we'll push up now, nice and easy. Slide yourself back to cat pose, round your back. And then we're going to slide our left knee forward. Bring the left knee up towards the inside of the left wrist. And again, this left heel is currently underneath my left hamstring. I'm going to pull the left foot in a little. It's at a 45-degree angle from the knee, my heel to knee. And then gently start to slide the right leg back. You're seeing the daylight between my heel and my hip flexor on the right side. I'm rolling my right hip down. And the heel is just touching the front of my thigh and my hip flexor. As a beginner, that might not happen today. You might be way up here still, just learning to open this left hip, left knee, left ankle. Take your time. You can rest on your elbows in this higher position, relaxing your head as you really start to open this left hip, left knee, left ankle. Breathe here for a moment. Deep inhale, deep long exhale. You can start to extend the hands out in front as you drop your head more. This puts pressure on your shoulders, so be mindful of what you want here. Again, elbows resting on the ground allows the head and neck to relax more. So then you take your right leg back a little bit further if you like. Letting that hip flexor get a nice massage with your left heel. And then finding that nice openness on that left side. Soften the belly. We let the hips drop. Right hip rolls down. You've got your right toes on the floor, your big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth and fifth toe, all connecting to the floor behind you. Make sure your right kneecaps pointed directly to the floor, not rolling to your right or to your left. And there is a tendency to sit, weight in your left buttock while this right knee is rolled out. Just be mindful you're not sitting in your left hamstring, that your right hip is forward, your right leg long and active. And then you relax your head again, relax your jaw, and start to feel your torso melting its way closer to the ground. I'm going to keep my left elbow gently on the ground and take my right arm out first. Maybe I start with the right arm extending. And then once that right shoulder starts to open, maybe the left arm starts to extend. Both arms are nice and wide apart, both hands about shoulder distance apart. Push into your fingertips and stretch out through your right leg. Feel your right buttock engage as you stretch through your arm. Then drop your elbows and relax the shoulders again. Open the collarbones and breathe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then we make our way slowly, gently coming up, lifting up into your nice lifted chest here. Slide your back knee in a couple of inches, get some height. Use your front hamstring, maybe balancing here. You can always have blocks on the side here. Back leg extending back. Right hip open, chest is opening, elbows can bend, and breathe here. Really feel that deep opening in the right hip. You're going to squeeze your right buttock a little bit more to support this. And breathe in, breathe out. Finding the balance here can be challenging. Take your time. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands to the ground. Let that left leg slide back. You're on your knees again, cat pose. Give it a little stretch. And then walk your knees back a couple of inches. Rest on your chest and your belly. Let the arms gently keep underneath you here for a moment. Left hand on top of right hand for crocodile. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Deep inhale. Deep long exhale. Soften your body here. Your whole body. Everything here. Feel the kidneys in the back just above the buttock line and the hip line. Feel the softness of your intestines across the belly button. Maybe relaxing the pubic bone down, rock your hips a little bit, separate your feet a little wider apart. Now if you're uncomfortable on your chest right now, you can always flip to your back and lay on your back, whatever is good for you. I'm going to make my way to the back as we finish the class, and you're welcome to stay on your stomach for this final part. Just take your time breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. And as you're laying here on your stomach or on your back, whichever feels good for you, the knees can be bent if you're on your back, or the knees can be straight, arms out to the side with your palms up. Your whole body is softening here on the floor. Taking long, slow, deep breaths. In through the nose, and out through the nose. And just paying attention to the subtlety of the parts of the body that can get soft first. Maybe it's your stomach that can soften first. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just notice what areas soften first, and welcome in the softening of your body. I just noticed the softening between my shoulder blades as I exhale. Notice again as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, what softens for you. I noticed then my arms wanted to just naturally pull out a little wider apart, and my feet started to jiggle a little bit. My toes jiggled. Breathing in and breathing out. What else is softening for you? I just felt my collarbones relax down a little. Noticing and just scanning the parts of you that wants to soften and show you the softening. Sometimes we think to soften body parts, but really it's the other way around. Let the body show you how it softens. So give yourself space and give your body the breath. Pull the breath in and let the breath go out. And then notice what your body just showed you, what softened. I just noticed my brain flop into my skull more. And as you breathe in, and softening. Maybe the eyes closing now. Maybe As you breathe in, give your body the breath so that it can show you how it softens. Keep breathing. Keep letting the body show you it's softening. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. Everything is here softening and showing you the softness of it all. You're breathing in. You're breathing out. Take your time, wiggle your fingers and toes. I don't want to keep you too long today. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll make our way to a seated position. We'll cross our legs. Rub your hands together. Feel the heat from your hands. Place your hands lightly in front of the face. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, touch over your head. Touch your neck. Touch your throat. Bless your body. Touch your shoulders. Up to your heart and lungs. Over your tummy. Over your hips. And lean forward here. You touch your back. Your buttocks. Your knees. Down your shins to your feet. Yay. Touch the earth underneath you. Blessed earth. Wow. I love my plants. I love the earth. I love the food. I love all of this around me. Everything that I've grown to love. My yoga mat cover. Loving those little things around us. Let's give back to the earth the best way we can. Water our plants. Show our children how to love the plants. Maybe show the kids how to hug a tree today. That would be nice. Or to show them how to smell a flower deeply. Hands to the heart. 3 Oms. Take a big inhale. Namaste. Thank you again. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with friends and family. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.